Good morning, students. I hope you all are fine, safe, and staying back at your home, taking proper care of your health, and also studying properly. As we are continuing the online classes and we are doing the literature part, today I am going to start with The Tempest, the drama that you have in your syllabus by William Shakespeare. But today I am not going to start with any of the description of the new syllabus. I am going to recapitulate with whatever we have done in the previous class so that we can proceed forward with an understanding properly. In the previous class, you were been introduced with The Tempest by William Shakespeare, and in this story, we talk about a protagonist who is Prospero, a magician, a king who has been thrown out by his from his kingdom by his brother and many of the other kings and fellow people, and he is taking a revenge in this particular drama from them with the help of lot of spirits which resides in the island. And we have read about how Prospero came into the island, how with his own magic spells freed a very helping spirit called Ariel, how Ariel have taken care of Prospero and have obediently followed all his words, and is also helping Prospero in taking the revenge against his brother and the other kings. We also came across Prospero's history, what exactly happened with him and who is Miranda, how did she came along with him over here. We come to know that Prospero was a king and he was mostly involved in magic stuff and he was never interested in his kingdom. So he has asked his brother to take care of the kingdom, and while doing so, his brother along with the king of Naples have betrayed him and thrown him out of his kingdom, put him into a boat full of rats along with the small girl, Prospero's daughter Miranda, and left him into the sea at dark at night. There only Gonzalo, a very fruitful friend and a fellow minister of the kingdom, helped Prospero with all his magic books, and Prospero somehow managed to come to this island. Miranda, for so many years, have no idea about the world outside. For her, the world belongs to the island. To her, only the father is the only living organism, or you can say the living being which she has seen from her childhood till date. In the island, we also come across three very different characters. They are Caliban, Stefano, and Trincolo. Caliban is the son of Sycorax. Sycorax was the owner of this island, a devil, a witch, and Caliban was a half human, half beastly character. When Prospero came into this island, he, by the help of his strong magic skills and learnings, captured the whole island and became the ruler of the island. Sycorax has been thrown out, and Prospero managed to win the island. Caliban is against Prospero because he found that the island belongs to him, but Prospero, with tricks, took the island from him, and he was continuously finding out options to take a revenge against Prospero. In the meantime, we come across Ariel, a friendly spirit who is very obedient to Prospero because once he was trapped in the tree by Sycorax and he was made free by Prospero. Prospero promised him that once his revenge is taken, he will let him free and he will no more become a slave or remain a slave. Now we come across what was the plan of Prospero. We find that a ship is coming from a royal party, and suddenly in middle of the ocean there is a high tempest that rose and broke the ship into several debris, making all the people scattered in the sea. Ferdinand, the son of the king, went to a different place, and all the kings, Sebastian, Antonio, Gonzalo, all they went in different places, and all were almost senseless and drowned and went to the island. What was the plan of Prospero? Prospero wanted to take revenge against all these people because these are the people who made him came away from his own kingdom and betrayed him as well. So he decided to play with their emotion to show people how cruel they are, shrewd they are, and how revengeful they all can be. On the other hand, we come across Ferdinand, who is a very handsome looking young man whom Prospero have decided to make fall in love with his own daughter Miranda. We also come to see that how Ferdinand saw Miranda for the first time, and Miranda also saw Ferdinand for the first time, and she come to know that not only herself and her father are the human creature, there are several other humans in the world as well. Immediately in the very first sight, both of them fell in love, and Prospero put a condition in front of Ferdinand that if he can do hard work and labor in putting a huge logs from one side of the island to the other, he will agree to make Miranda marry him. This was also part of Prospero's plan. Along this, we find that how Sebastian, Antonio, and Gonzalo, and other crew members, King of Naples, and all were like fighting with each other for survival. We see the entrance of Ariel in the form of spirit, obeying whatever Prospero is saying. We even found Caliban, Stefano, and Trincolo drunk and came with an idea of killing Prospero, but have failed and were treated badly and have given some lesson by Ariel and Prospero. We also come to know how Harpy came, a beautiful vision of spirits has been made. Dancing spirits were shown, table full of food were shown. A bird who looks like human and half bird have come to scare those people, and they were completely shaken by the reality and have accepted the fact that all their misdeed, what they have done for so many days, have resulted out, and they are very sorry and repenting those mistakes. This is where we have ended our Act 3 last year, and we have come across to know that almost everyone in their own dilemmas are struggling for survival. They all want to survive by killing or by accepting their mistakes or anything. And now in this particular section, this year's syllabus, we will know what exactly happened after these acknowledgements, what exactly happened after everyone have acknowledged their misdeed, and how the story will proceed. I hope I have been able to recapitulate you with every ideas what we have already done last year. And in the next class, I'll start with the explanation of Act 4, Scene 1. So go through the chapter once again, summary once again, to recapitulate in your mind what you have read about Tempest and how beautifully it can be narrated. And in the next class, I'll continue with the explanation of Act 4, Scene 1. Thank you.